Hi, I'm Mackenzie, and welcome to our 20-minute inner nature retreat, guided meditation, guided practice, where we practice quite deliberately uncovering these comfortable qualities that we can find, soothing qualities like freedom and togetherness and ease, and later on even wholeness, that we can find right in our experience as it is, because they are these more elemental, more underlying ways that nature always works. And so right now we are a little bit more focusing on mutual ease and the feeling of mutual action-reaction and the comfort of that togetherness. And one way we can feel that most easily is by really giving our weight to the ground and feeling the ground support. And sometimes that's easiest to access when we are literally lying flat on the ground. So that's where we'll begin today, and then we'll go further into feeling both sides of this mutual interaction, this mutual ease. That's just part of how things are always going on physically, and gradually see how we can even begin to feel that in more subtle aspects of our experience, to encompass more and more of our experience. So starting with just lying down, and can keep the feet standing if that feels comfortable. And taking a couple of deeper breaths where we might release with a sigh on the out breath. And just notice that sense of letting go. Each out breath is this opportunity just to let it go, let it all go. Letting go of the extra tension and holding in the head and neck. And next out breath, letting go of the extra tension and holding in the upper back, so that the upper back just melts into the ground. And now the arms limp and just resting on the ground. Perhaps feeling the weight of the belly resting into the back of the body, and the very heavy pelvis and hips resting into the ground. And then noticing the weight of the feet on the ground. And let's just say that the number 5 is representing how much we're released right now, how much we're just laying down the burden of our weight to the ground right now. And we'll count down from 5 to 0 on each out breath. Where it's like each out breath we can release another layer of subtle holding. Starting at 5. And next out breath, letting it go a little bit more. And releasing a little more subtly, giving it to the earth, giving it to the ground. What is there to hold up right in the back of our body that's fully in contact with the ground? Just letting our body melt into the ground. And at 0, rest. Rest, feeling that so laid down into support. And we might even begin to feel how the lay down and the support are inseparable. All along the back of our body. There's just this one event of mutual lay down and support up, happening simultaneously. The force of our body going into the ground. The force of the ground coming into our body. And that's a direction we tend not to feel as much, though it comes. It always comes together with the lay down. Action, reaction, always happening together. Or maybe a sense as we just rest fully on the ground. We could have a sense of as if we're breathing in. Just breathing in the support from the ground. As if we can welcome that support into us. Since that force from the ground is already coming into us. And just noticing what it's like to feel that receiving direction of receiving support from the ground. And then again, just resting the body, resting the mind. Even giving ourselves a 30-second holiday from needing to pay attention to anything in particular and being curious about where the mind goes and what we feel. And now I can gently roll onto one side, and we're going to make our way up to standing. Coming into a stance where our feet are slightly wider than hip width apart. And beginning to notice the contact that our feet make with the ground. And for the next couple of out breaths, using the releasing sense of the out breath to feel the weight of our body on our feet. And one way that we can naturally become more attuned to the sensations of laying down our weight to the ground. Is to shift our weight. So we'll bring our weight over to one side. And feel that sense of really laying down all of our weight through that leg, through the ankle, through the foot, and into the ground. Coming back the other way, laying down to the other side. Till we feel the force of our weight going through the foot and into the ground. Shifting back the other way. And it may be helpful to really tune in to just the very soles of our feet. And just lay it down. When we lay down an object, we feel that sense like, yeah, that is going to be held up by the countertop or by the ground. And at least for the soles of our feet, feeling that sense of just simply lay it down. Just simply lay it down. And let's begin to flow with the breath. We're on each out breath. We lay down the burden one side. Next out breath, we lay down the burden the other side. And we'll count down 10 breaths. For each breath, we lay it down a little bit more. 9. 8. 7. 'Continuing at your own pace. 'Let it go. 'So simple. Laying down. And after one has completed 10 breaths, coming where our weight is going through each foot 50-50, and rest. And notice what one feels. And so because the lay down and the support up is this one inseparable action-reaction event, the more that we feel the lay down, even though it seems maybe opposite from support up, the more we will also feel that sense of the force coming from the ground and flowing into our feet. Equal and opposite to the force of our body flowing from our feet into the ground. And at the same time, it can be helpful to focus on the receiving side, the support up side. So beginning the weight shift once again. And now as one pushes off the leg to shift weight to the other side, noticing that sense of pushing off the ground. So we're pressing off the ground as we shift weight. And it's one step further in terms of our receiving, to feel that pushing off as a receiving of the support from the ground. receiving the upward push from the ground into our foot. Perhaps noticing that that might be a direction of receiving and feeling that we tend not to feel as much. And so when we focus just on that sense of having to fight gravity, having to hold ourselves up by ourselves, we're actually missing out on this open of perception where we actually can feel the underlying way in which our simple action of standing is happening. And we are standing together with the earth, with Earth's gravity and Earth's support, coming again into center. And seeing if we can feel just at the very soles of our feet that simultaneous togetherness, inseparability of action and reaction that can make us feel that we have this deeply comforting connection with the ground. And that's always right there for us, with literally every step that we take. And so we call this the mutual now flow quality or mutual ease. The name just serves to help us notice this underlying way that nature happens, so that we can become more tuned to its comfort, its quality that is intrinsically comforting is, I think, the best word for it. It's that sense of the easefulness of true togetherness, where one side is not lopsided, dominating the other, but this mutuality of interaction. And how when we can feel that in our own feet with the earth, can feel that in our own body, can feel that in our own more subtle aspects of our mind body, then it can also become easier to feel that mutual ease of interaction with others as we go about our day. The inner nature retreat and the outer nature retreat. Just like we can see, the feet and the earth are not separate. There's this wider inseparability that we can begin to access through these simple practices of feeling our feet and feeling the comfort of mutual ease with the earth. So thanks for practicing with me today, and wishing you mutual ease as you step forward in your day today.